Hi everybody, and welcome to I Like Cruise Ships, the YouTube channel, and welcome to a new video. Today I'm actually on board Carnival Dream, and today we're going to have a nice, interesting video. We're going to actually walk around the Progreso Cruise Terminal, and I'm going to walk off the ship. We're going to walk around all the stores in the terminal, and we're getting an idea of what's there, what the shopping is you can do, what sort of souvenirs they've got for sale. And it'll give you a great idea of what to expect when you get off the ship in Progreso. So maybe you've been before, maybe you haven't, maybe you're curious about what there is to do when you get off the ship. A lot of people haven't been to Progreso before, so this will be an interesting video to see the cruise terminal immediately where the ship docks. And then you can decide what to do if you want to go shopping yourself, maybe you're going to stay on the ship that day. So yeah. So I Like Cruise Ships, the YouTube channel. We're here on board the cruise ships. We're making videos in all the ports of call. So I hope you like this one. The Progreso Cruise Terminal Walkaround. Wow, you got to say it like 3 times. It's a bit of a tongue twister. So yeah. And now the video itself is actually around about 20 minutes long. So hopefully you're here to watch it from beginning to end because you want to check out what's on offer in Progreso. I've actually done a voiceover for most parts of the video because of the background noise and the volume and the wind. So yeah, it's a little bit easier for us to do a voiceover over the video. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's sort of useful and it's helpful if you are planning a cruise to Progreso. And a lot of ships go to Progreso and Cozumel as part of the itinerary. And you find something useful to do in the terminal, especially if you want to go shopping maybe, or you want to go and have a Corona beer or buy some tequila. So yeah, stick around. Hope you enjoy the video, and I hope it's useful for you. Okay, everybody, enjoy the video. Bye. Okay, so we're going to actually start the video on the deck 0 of the ship. This is actually the aft elevators. You'll see those doors closed leading to the crew areas. There's some crew members just coming through the door there. And this is actually a major thoroughfare kind of from the front to the back of the ship. So that's why you'll see kind of crew members walking back and forward in the video just here at the beginning. So this is actually kind of a little bit of a longer video. It's going to run for about 20 minutes total. But the idea of the video is the full walk around of the Progreso Cruise Terminal from getting off the ship to the very end. You'll see there now looking back at the elevators, and then this is the kind of gangway area right here. You'll see that blue paint signifying kind of a major crew area. And then these signs here on the left-hand side, which we just sort of brushed past now, that's got the back on board time right there, and there's also some precautionary signs. And here we are walking off the ship. So basically coming down the gangway right here. This is the back gangway. There's a forward and a back gangway. I call it aft or back gangway. You can see the photographers right here sort of snapping some photos. Nice sunny day today. The photographer's a little bit happy to see me there. A lot of times different crew members recognize when I'm making videos. So now the whole reason I'm doing a voiceover is because it's a little bit breezy when I walked off the ship, and I just find it easier to do the voiceover later than sort of talk and walk, and sometimes the breeze and the noise of the wind kind of sort of muffles the sound. So this is actually the pier here in Progreso. We're the only ship in port. Pretty much there's only ever one ship docked in Progreso. You can dock a second ship, but it's very, very rare you'll see a second ship. And I'm just walking off here. I've cut a little bit away now. I'm looking back at the ship. This is around about lunchtime, so it's a little bit quieter than if you were to get off the ship early morning when you first arrive. That's why there's just a few people kind of wandering past me and back and forward. But you can see the lifeboats of the ship there up on the right. And here we are right at the back of the ship. So the ship's sort of docked facing out to sea. And you'll see on the left there one of the Mexican, I guess like Navy patrol boats. It looks a little bit sort of jumpy here. I'm walking at normal speed. It went a little bit funny for a second. And then the terminal's on the right hand side here. So I'll kind of walk you through the whole terminal. Again, I didn't sort of talk on the initial video, and I'm doing the voiceover later. So this is also the excursion meeting point right here. So you'll see these kind of signs and that little booth right there. So you can actually sign up and book last minute excursions right on the terminal. And then we'll look back at the ship now. It's kind of neat. There's a great photo spot right here to look back at the ship in port. So whatever ship you might be on, if you're not on the Carnival Dream, you may be on a different ship in Progreso and you're kind of curious about the cruise terminal, this is the video to watch, right? And there's people just chilling out. There is some people here sort of meeting for tours and shore excursion departures. So they might have got off a little bit earlier, and then they're sort of chilling out on these chairs. And there's actually a gate that's open just ahead of me, which is only open when the ship arrives and the excursions depart. That's why people aren't going through the shop there on the left. So some of the excursions are meeting already. That sort of tour operators running by really fast to get to the front of the line, and they'll lead everybody out to the buses. That lady in the orange is one of the shore excursion ladies from the ship, and you can book last minute tours. So DEASS duty free. I'm not sure what that stands for. I'm pretty sure the Progreso duty free shop here is run by maybe one of the airports in Mexico. You'll see here all the liquor and tobacco in the first part of the store. Now, lots of tequila. Of course, you're in Mexico, so tequila is a big part of shopping in Mexico. And then actually you'll see the Hennessy White here. I was kind of a little bit taken back by this kind of Christmas tree looking stack of it. Definitely check the prices on board. Of course, I work on the ship, so I'm a little bit biased. And there's a few people looking at all the different tequilas. There's another lady doing the tasting there. And this is literally walking off the ship, and people are already taking sort of tasters and samples. But lots of tequilas. Definitely a place to buy tequila if you kind of haven't bought any already on your cruise or you're planning to. The cigarettes I'd be very weary of. A lot of them aren't American made. You'll see that sort of stand right there. Everyone's still doing all the tasting. Yeah, there's another second lady. I think actually it was a guy right here, sorry. He's doing sampling as well, and he's talking about the brand. Some of these guys are actually working for the alcohol companies, not for the shop. So they are sort of promoters or brand ambassadors. And then this is Los Cinco Soles, which is a Mexican souvenir shop in the same terminal, initial terminal building. Lots of neat Mexican souvenirs. So I'm going to kind of walk in and out of quite a lot of the shops here. So this whole video is about the Progreso Cruise Terminal. So if you are watching this, you are watching it to check out what's on offer and what's not. I sort of duck in and out of all the shops. There's some rum cakes right here, Mexican rum cakes. We just missed them. So yeah, there's some neat souvenirs. Of course, you're in Mexico, so you're going to see a lot of the souvenir shops looking very similar. And then we come back out then from this first building to the kind of an open area. And you'll see here on the right, we're going to walk around. There's actually a bar right here. And there's a swimming pool, so it's a nice spot if you want to have a drink. I don't think they serve food. I can't remember. I think they may have some tacos and nachos, but there isn't really a menu of food like a restaurant. It's more like kind of a bar with snacks. And there's a little table right here. You can get a takeaway beer or a cool drink. And then there's Marilyn Monroe there, which is a little bit un-Mexican. I don't know. These chair swings are pretty neat. There's a lot of bars in Mexico where they've got these chair swings at the bar. And then there's a swimming pool right here as well, if you haven't seen this before. If you maybe have been to Progreso or not, you may have not seen this before. Lots of tables and chairs to hang out. Again, I think quite a lot of these people here are actually waiting for shore excursion departures, and they're a little bit early for their meeting times. Those pool chairs look very familiar from cruise ships. I don't know if you have been on a cruise or not, but they look like they're from a ship, I think. This pool isn't very deep, by the way. It's more like a paddling pool. And there's virtually, anytime I've ever got off the ship or got back on, there's never anybody in this pool. I don't know why. I guess people just sort of look at it. And there's another neat spot for a photo here. And there's another group meeting for an excursion departure. So there's a pretty cool photo spot right there. There's a big Progreso sign. I don't think I walk around to it. And you can get a nice photo of the ship with the big letters of the word Progreso spelt out. So yeah, it's I've actually never stopped here and had a drink, by the way. In all the years I've come to Progreso, I've pretty much walked past this and never stopped. And this is about the most I've seen of it in one go as well. There's a few families and children just hanging around. And then it is a fenced off area as well. You can't access the kind of main outside of the terminal area because it's I guess it's like a military and a cargo terminal at the same time. So here we are walking back into the main terminal here. There's these flea market kind of outside vendors that have got lots of wares. A lot of the shops do have very similar things. So you'll see the hats, the sunglasses, the blankets, the bags, and a lot of stuff's themed with the American sports teams, the football teams, baseball teams. And so if you want something in your favorite football teams, I guess colors or theme, good place to stop. These first few vendors sell lots of sunglasses too. They notice people getting off the ship without hats and sunglasses. and they jump on that kind of opportunity. There's a few signs pointing which direction to go. So this actual first one here is actually, is it the one with the pharmacy in the back? I filmed this a few days apart from this voiceover, so yeah, lots and lots and lots of souvenirs. So again, if you're only going to get off the ship and walk around, you've got lots of shopping. You could easily spend an hour or an hour and a half walking around each shop. These guys are all sort of inviting me in. And as they're trying to talk to me at the same time, but I'm not really doing any talking at all as I'm walking around. I'm just sort of saying thanks, thanks. Some silver shops as well. And I think this one is Roger's Boots, which is actually a shop also in Cozumel if you've been before. And they've got lots of leather boots, belts, jackets, wallets. You see these look like cowboy style hats. Got some nice leather shoes in there, or boots as well. So the other major jewelry that you'll see in Progreso is silver. Progreso is not really known for the diamond sort of stores. It's Silver International. I think it's a take on Diamonds International. Lots of silver. Silver is very famous in Mexico, and you'll see a lot of shops that sell silver jewelry. And they'll also actually sell it by weight. So if you see them putting it on a scale, they're generally giving you the kind of current market price of silver as it is for the price of the jewelry already. Lots of magnets here, lots of Mexican blankets as well, and serapes. Lots of shot glasses, more cowboy hats there you'll see on the left. So again, the shops aren't very busy. This is actually the morning time, and so everyone's still walking off the ship. And then generally in the afternoon, everyone's walking back and everyone's shopping on the way back. So the vendors and shop owners have a hard time trying to get any customers when everyone's just walking off. Got some signs there with some promotions for the items they're selling. There's also lots of ornaments, and these are, I don't know, they call them dream catchers. I'm not sure, they look like feathers to me on a little circular rod. Dream catchers. So you'll see here kind of groups walking by. These are shore excursion departures. So people kind of grouped up together. This was a tequila shop, I think it was. Was it the tequila? There wasn't really good value. I think this is a small, kind of more like a boutique tequila company. And I remember looking at some of the prices, and they're a little bit high compared to the average price of a bottle of tequila. But if you're wanting unique bottles, definitely in Progreso you'll find some. Yes, you see everybody as I'm walking along is pointing me to come into the shop. They don't really realize I'm sort of filming this for a YouTube video, I don't think. So, well, this guy's caught the people behind me. So, yeah, lots and lots of silver jewelry right here. Yeah, definitely not diamonds, definitely not rubies, sapphires, emeralds like you'll see in a lot of the Caribbean stops. There we go, offering hats. Again, as everyone walks off, who doesn't have a hat, hats and sunglasses are the thing. There's no genuine sunglasses, they're all sort of cheap gas station style sunglasses. Lots of shot glasses right there. You can see me just come right over the top of the stand there. And then the traditional kind of t-shirts and dresses and wraps. Some, oh, we just missed it there. There was some vanilla right there on the left-hand side. I kept getting caught up in these little groups that kept walking past me each time. Lots of t-shirts. So again, I hope you like this kind of video. This is a detailed walk around of the cruise terminal. I Like Cruise Ships, the YouTube channel. This is sort of something I've been doing on quite a lot of the ports. I enjoy doing these walk-arounds. The voiceovers are a little bit hard later to do because I've really got to sit for 20 minutes and come up with something to say, but there's lots of cowboy hats here. Check out all these hats. There's just piles and piles of them. I mean, I think they're expecting, I don't know, 20,000 people a day to get off the ship. Maracas for $1. So lots of cheap souvenirs as well if you've got kids. These are all like movie characters. They're like, I think they're kind of like a plastic molded kind of figurines. There's some sort of shell jewelry right there. You can see some of the white ornaments on stands. And then just ahead of us here, you'll see that second kind of awning right there. That's actually the meeting point for the buses to go to town, which you're going to be able to watch that in another video. It's not part of this video, so we'll kind of spin around after this shop. But you'll see that kind of gazebo there on the left, and everybody kind of walking out. You'll see people going on the right, they're going on excursions, and then I don't think we quite catch it, but on the left-hand side of this line going through is where the buses are to go to downtown. The buses are free, they depart about every 10 or 15 minutes. So this is where you'd actually physically walk back into the terminal right here. And again, there's these outdoor vendors with lots of skulls. I don't know what the significance is for Mexicans, but there's a lot of skull souvenirs. Some hammocks right there. I guess they're Mexican hammocks, I don't know. Yeah, there's some stone carvings right here. Yeah, so here we are kind of walking back into the terminal. So again, you could probably walk around, if you were sort of stopping at each store, you could probably go around in about 45 minutes, maybe an hour if you really wanted to look at things closely. But you'll see a lot of the shops have repeated items, so each shop kind of starts looking a little bit similar to the last one. Kind of go right the way inside here. So, but there is a lot of souvenirs. Personally, I'm not a big souvenir collector of things, so if it's something that you like to do and you want something that's a good memento of your cruise, these chess sets are really cool. I walked past them too quickly there. The Onyx chess sets, they're very cool. Maybe something for a coffee table at home. There's this ceramic like boxes and different things. Lots of magnets there on the wall. You can see those. Yeah, lots of stuff. I kind of walk around. I couldn't get out. I realized I was a little bit blocked in, so I had to walk in and out the same way here. There's lots of bags right there. Very colorful, bright bags. Now you wonder where everyone gets all their Mexican souvenirs. It's basically Cozumel and Progreso. And here we are walking back. Now we've kind of done the lap around, and we're going to go through all the left-hand shops. Kind of went shop to shop to shop. So here's another jewelry store. Predominantly, again, all silver jewelry. Sterling silver 925, which is the kind of the normal for sterling silver. And you should look for that stamp on the clasp or somewhere on the chain or on the item for that 925 sterling silver stamp. So I'm looking at a hammock right there on the left-hand side. So these guys just hanging around, these are all the owners of the shops or people running the businesses. They realize that, of course, there's not as much customers on the way off the ship. There's those wristbands on the left-hand side there. Get them with your name on. More people looking at sunglasses. So you'll see a little bit of a difference with the jewelry stores. They've got the nice glass windows, the nice displays. I don't think I walked in this one, did I? I walked in and out. Everyone sort of invited me in. I didn't really want to go in. So the idea was to try to keep it sort of a fairly short video. And again, if it's sort of your choice to kind of watch this, it's because you want to check out what's in Progreso. I'm going to definitely try and do some downtown videos and get to the beach as well. This is the second bar right here. This one actually did have a menu for food. But again, it was sort of light fare, more like lunch, pub menu kind of food. Nothing kind of sit down and knives and forks style. It's definitely very simple Mexican food. But lots of beer there on offer as well. The guy was sort of offering shots, and this guy's having a nice early beer, almost like a early morning breakfast beer, I think, before they went out. And these guys just chatting to each other there. All the guys hanging out there where the ladies' bathrooms were. You see them all sitting there on the side. So yeah, it's not, it's a little bit sort of bright and sunny when you walk off there. It's not very shaded where you are there, so you really have to look for shade if you're going to sort of take a bit of a rest stop. And this is another shop here with some tequila. There's Kahlua right there. And then there's lots of vanilla there in that, where that lady's looking just ahead there. Just looking at some vanilla. And there's lots of tequila here in this shop as well, all the different stands. A lot of brands that you probably don't recognize as well, so beware that there's a lot of brands that don't export outside of Mexico. The shop's a little bit busier, quite a bit bigger shop, this one as well. So it's all about having that nice, wide, sort of laid out shop where you're not crammed in, and lots of t-shirts on the wall there, 3 for $10. I'm pretty sure they're not the most amazing t-shirts, 3 for $10, but if you want some cheap souvenirs and maybe some gifts for friends, it's the place to go. There's Mexican hats there on the right hand side, and everybody's sort of shopping away. With salt and pepper shakers looking like Mexican mariachis. Kind of cool. There's more blankets right there. $3 US. They're not very big blankets. Just be aware about the price there. $3 blankets aren't big blankets, so you can get different sizes, and they'll vary up maybe about $10, $13, $14, $15, depending on how big you want your blanket. That will really factor the price in. It's a nice little boutique shop right here, right at the kind of beginning and end of the video. So yeah, and lots of kind of boho kind of style stuff. Again, it's very hard for them to kind of, you know, come up with different ideas for souvenirs. The shops do look all quite the same. I'm not too sure. I think they might be owned by the same owners, looking at all the different things, but that's just sort of my opinion of walking around. And then you'll see now again the duty-free shop to walk back onto the ship. And yeah, that's sort of the kind of the end of the voiceover. And you'll see me right here on the bus in a second until we catch the ending. Okay everybody, I hope you liked the video so far. We're pretty much right at the end now. I hope you like the walk around of the Progreso Cruise Terminal. I Like Cruise Ships, the YouTube channel. We're here on board the Carnival Dream today, and we're actually on the bus going to the beach now. We're going to have another video about how to get to the beach coming in the next few weeks or so. So stay tuned to the channel. If you're not a subscriber, click subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thanks for watching. I hope you like the walk around of the cruise terminal. The whole point of the video is to show you all the shops, show you a little bit of a walk around inside the shops. So when you get off the ship, if you're coming for the first time, you can get an idea of the place and what to expect. You can see there was a couple of cafes and bars there as well, so if you want to have a drink, maybe on the way back after your tour or your beach day, it will be up to you. Okay everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching I Like Cruise Ships, the YouTube channel. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And also maybe share it into your favorite social media group. Perhaps you're in a group on Facebook and it's worth sharing the video to somebody that might want to see this. Especially if you haven't been to Progreso before. It'd be kind of a useful video to watch. Thanks everybody, have a nice day and catch you later. Bye.